Good morning, students. What I am studying that today I'm going to discuss the input-output statement, right? Uh, I already shown that uh, few one program where the different input output statements will be used. Basically, these is called statement, but this is not the statement. Basically, these are the all the library functions. The first one is the library function is printed and scan it. Another one is scan it. Basically, inside the bracket, the inside the bracket and opening bracket and closing bracket is there in printf and scanf. Other than the printf scanf, few few library functions are there as an text as an input output functions or library functions. That is get C, put C, and the if you write the get S and with the put S, right? So these are the functions to use to take some inputs from the input device as well as if you want to print something into the screen or display screen that you can use this printf, putc, gets put all these functions can be used. So basically, the printf function should have some special parameters that you can use into the function. That would already when we will discuss about the function, user-defined function, we will see that what type of parameters you can pass into the opening fast bracket, opening brackets, and closing bracket. Now, basically, this is treated as a function where the printf if you can use. So you will write within the double quote. You have to write the some format specifier and then comma, then corresponding variable name you have to mention, then semicolon will be used. What is format specifier? This represents the format specifier represents in C. That is what type of data you want to take as a variable name. That means what type of data means? That means it may be the integer you have to mention in C int. If you write the %d in format specifier, it represents the corresponding variable name you have to mention. That means this variable name is treated as a integer data. Then if you write the float, then %f can be used. And if you take this character char that you can use the %c. Another one is the double you can use the %e can be used to take the used to print the data into the printf functions. That means if you take an example, suppose printf if you write printf %d this is one bracket, right? This is one bracket. So %d, another is a %a, another was a %c. You have to mention with the double quote. You have to mention the a v1 is an this is matched with the v1. That is v1 is a integer variable that you want to print, and the f1 that will be that is the float. You have to match this one. That is the float you want to print. That and if you the C1 should be the character. Otherwise, it will give an error. So this is the important thing that you have to mention that what type of variable you want to print that you have to mention into the format specifier and what are the variables that you are taking some data that you want to print corresponding variable name you have to mention, right? So another one important function is the scanf functions, right? Scanf function is different than the sprint, but this is the same as the format specifier will be used. Or then you can use the corresponding variable name. Variable name before the variable name you have to mention the ampersand sign. Ampersand represents the address operator, right? Address operator that is already we have explained about the operator. So address operator, this is the new operator that you are discussing. That this is the address operator, right? So address operator can be used to take the value, whatever value you are taking from the outside or user side from the input device. That will be saved into that will be stored into the memory location. that memory location is represented by some address. That's why you where these corresponding variables data will be stored, that you have to mention the address operator, right? So this is the address operator is mentioned the corresponding variables address that you are storing the data, right? So that is suppose another one, the format specifier. These are the same for printf that you have that we have mentioned earlier, the percent d, percent a, percent c, all these things. And if you write this one, the scanf, one example, if you write the percent d, percent a, percent c, if you write this one, that means this is the v1 and then f1 that and c1, you have to mention the as mention the corresponding variable name with the integer. That means you are taking some data and it will be stored into the address of v1. And if you are taking the data of float, and that will be stored into the some address of f1 and in c1, and correspondingly and same thing will be used, but address operator will be used. But another few functions you can use in your input output functions, that put is, put c, then get is, get c. These are also these are also used to take the value from the user side, as well as it will help to print some data into the display screen. So getC will take the one character at a time. It will take from the input side, and if you write the put C, so then this will print to the screen. If you use the get S, that means S represent the string. If you that means some string you want to take as an input, and corresponding string if you want to print, then put S will be used. So these are the all. There is no any special format like this: get S, put S, and get C, put C. So, but if you when you will use this one printf scanf, where the different type of data type or different type of variables, or different type of data you can read or print into the screen correspondingly. So the these are about the different type of input output functions, and all these are exist into the into the stdio.a standard input output header file. This is a header file. All these functions will be stored or not will be, and all these functions are stored earlier. When the C compiler will be invented, then already scientists have stored this type of library function. That's why I told you library function. These are the inbuilt function that will be stored into the stdio.h. Right? These are the .h stands for header file. Another one thing. Suppose the if you this is the format specifier can be changed like this. Printf. Suppose you are writing the 8d, then you are writing the 8f corresponding variable name. You are mentioning d and f. That means, so if this is a screen, that it will be used for d. D means that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 8 column will be specified for particular integer value. And it suppose if the v is equal to 10, the 10 will be printed like this into the screen. This is the right aligned. So if you suppose if you use the suppose if you use the minus percent minus 8d, and that means it will be the left justified order. That means it will print the 10 left justified. So these are the format specifier that you have to learn. But basically we can use this is the for the format to print a particular format. If you want to print into the screen, then you can use this kind of formats, right? So different type of plus, minus you can use, minus you can use, zero can be used, and you read it if you need, then this can why this can be used, right? Another one important question can be asked in your interview. So can you tell me that why the printf is a function? So I am telling the printf, scanf, these are all functions. So how do you prove that the printf is a function? Basically, the function definition that we know that every function should return some value. So if you show that printf returns some value, then if you that can be shown, that can be told that this is the function. So if you write the printf y is equal to int y is equal to printf like this, %d like this, and v1, v2, and v3. And then this one, if you printf %dy, so it will give some value of like 3. Obviously, when you will get some value, obviously that represents that it is a function. And what this value it is? This value represents the number of parameters that we want to print. And if you think about the scanf, the number of parameters, number of value, number of variables that you want to scan, that you want to scan, this number can be printed as a return type. So that's why these are about the input output statement, input output functions. Thank you very much. If you feel any problem, then you have to convey as a message, or you can send me mail and into my mailbox, that into my mail, that is the VHASKAR dot NANDI @uem.edu.in. These are my official mail ID. You can send the you can send your query. I can give you the answer, and obviously you try to read this topic from Gottfried book and from Balaguru Sami, and try to follow any one of the book. Then it should be better to understand. And once you learn, then it should be stored forever. So thank you very much. That's all about the input output functions. Then we'll come later in the next video. Thank you very much.